All right, my man. State your name. Let them know you on Nicovelli TV.
Alright. What's poppin', New York? What's up? I'm a Knicks fan. Been a Knicks fan since I was born.
And let them know you on Nicovelli TV, baby.
On Nicovelli TV.
That's what's up, man. Who's your favorite player on the Knicks?
On the Knicks right now, I
Yeah.
have to say, RJ Barrett.
What you like about his game?
I like that he can control the floor and he can score at will, and that he can set his teammates up.
Yeah.
He bring that from college, and I like to see that in young players.
Okay. Do you think Jay Morant was a better fit than RJ? Because you know you hear that all the time when being out there was in the same draft class.
Yeah.
Where you stand with that?
I feel like the decision that was made for a good reason. So RJ Barrett was like more of a fit for New York than, you know,
Ja Morant.
Yeah, Ja Morant. Because I feel like Ja Morant, because that's my favorite point guard, I'm gonna say.
Right.
But I'm still a Knicks fan.
Hey, you like what you see with RJ?
I like what I see with RJ.
You think he's elevating his game as this is his third year?
As he's going, I feel like he really is elevating his game.
Yeah. What do you see in this game that you see the growth?
Well, at first he was like scared to try and drive to the hole, but now he's like more aggressive in that aspect, and you know he's not scared to like make last second like decisions now.
Okay. Moving right along, man. Your boy Julius Randle, talk to me, man.
Oh, you already know.
Man, I don't. I'm gonna pretend like I don't know. I want you to talk to Nick.
He doing his thing.
Yeah, I mean, was you disappointed last season? I mean, we went to the postseason. We was 4th seed. We thought we was gonna get some, postseason action out of Julius Randle.
Yeah, we didn't get nothing.
I mean, why is that? What's your intake?
I don't know. Maybe he was just trying to get ready for this season. You know, trying to make sure that he got everything down packed so he could perform the way he did.
Yeah. Do you like the chemistry between? Speaking of chemistry, because we got Obi Toppin now. Obi is a power forward. Play the same position with Julius Randle. We was all concerned that Julius Randle, being that he's the bigger star, he will acquire more minutes, and that maybe Obi wouldn't be as happy with the Knicks, but it seemed like he's doing his thing. Talk to me about Obi and the chemistry with him and JR.
I mean, you gotta think about it like this. They're on the same team and they trying to win the chip. So they're gonna go through things and they're gonna have to fix those things. So being that JR is the star player and that Obi just came to the squad,
right?
You gotta really like think about it. Like they have to talk about that amongst themselves. Like
but it's working. I mean,
working.
You seen them two on the court together.
Yeah, together.
How do you feel about them two playing together?
I feel like them playing together is a great idea because they can run the small ball.
Okay.
Because they're not that big as being power forwards.
Right.
But he can still run the. Obi can still run the center, and JR can still be at power forward, and they can dominate.
Yeah. Do you think Obi is better off playing the center position than playing the power forward?
For his size, I really wouldn't say so, but for if it's like last minute decision, last minute in the game, and you have to, then I feel like, yeah.
Now, when you said something about Obi's size, what is your concern when speaking of his size?
He's not as tall as you would believe a center to be, but in this age of basketball, it's not really all about size now. It's about
he is quick though.
He is quick. He's very quick.
If he played the center position with the quickness he got.
But then at the same time, you have to set up plays around centers and stuff. Yeah. Meaning, you really have to. You have to know. You have to set the floor before you can say one player is gonna do one thing.
Right.
So even though he is fast, there is other centers that can stop him, being that he is fast. Coaches could come up with a defensive plan that quick.
Right.
But it's just up to the players to execute that, and up to the players on the team that you're trying to stop to get around that.
Right.
So
now when we speak of Knicks basketball and we speak of the coaches, Tom Thibodeau, man, are you impressed with the coach? Do you like Tom Thibodeau's system, being that he played a defensive, style of game?
I feel like for the Knicks, that is a good, hold on, I'm gonna wait for this.
Go ahead, talk to me.
I feel like for the Knicks playing a defensive style of, play style, that's kind of good because we've all been centered around, trying to score, trying to beat the other team, outscore the other team, but defense wins games. So the transition to the defense, and you've seen it in the the first game, debut game, they went crazy with the defense.
Right.
So I mean, if they can keep that going and better themselves at their defense, have a better defensive lineup, have people that can back up on defense, people that can get a lot of steals, people that can bring down boards, all of that.
Yeah, so you seen the game with the Knicks when you went double OT
Double OT
against the Celtics and
Yep,
you came
when
out
they
on top.
tied.
Who impressed you most on the Knicks? Who you think was the reason that the Knicks won that game? Like, who made big plays in your eyes?
I'm gonna say 2 players.
Talk to me.
No, 3. I'm gonna say Derrick Rose, because he made sure that he was gonna be able to play all those minutes and do what he had to do and make sure everybody was getting to their spot on the floor, running his plays and getting the basket in the hoop, essentially. Julius Randle, he went crazy. He saw that nobody was really trying to score when they was getting pressured by them, the other team going on the run. So
So you like his post game under the...
Yeah, his post game is immaculate for his size and him being a power forward instead of.
Okay, and what you think about Evan Fournier?
He did his thing.
Talk to me, man. I see the smile on your...
He came in clutch. Because we wouldn't have tied if it wasn't for him. We would have lost.
Now, you followed him when he was playing for the Celtics and when he was on Orlando?
Not really.
Okay.
On Orlando, kind of, but not on the Celtics.
Did you see him play the way he's playing for the Knicks? Don't he look like a whole different player? He almost look like a rookie out there.
Yes, he does.
He look like he just fresh legs.
He just came and he's trying to prove something. That's what it felt like. He was not playing like that when he was on Orlando or when he was on the Celtics. And I barely followed the Celtics games like that.
Okay. So when I asked you about the Knicks future, where do you think they're going to be in as far as the standings?
In the standings?
When we speak of postseason.
They'll definitely hit 10th seed.
10th seed?
10th seed. But they'll
Wait, hold up. We was 4th seed last year. And you got us at the 10th seed? 10th seed?
But you gotta let me explain.
All right, yeah, I'm sorry.
We're gonna get to 10th seed, that's no problem. But as far as to getting back to the 4th seed and keeping our 4th seed and getting higher than 4th seed is what we're gonna have to work on.
Do you think that's possible?
Yeah, we could get 4th seed. But to get 3rd, 2nd, 1st seed.
Okay. And how do you feel about Kemba Walker now being our point guard for the New York Knicks?
Oh, it's amazing.
You think he's going to be able to stand up to the pressure? You know, a lot of people can't play well in New York.
Kemba's from New York. He went to school at my middle school.
Right.
So I'm pretty sure that he knows what he has to do for his city.
Do you think he's injury prone?
I mean, I would say 50-50, meaning as he has been injured and he could get injured again, but I feel like he's taking care of himself and he's not doing anything stupid to make it where he can injure himself very easily.
Okay. Do you see defenders passing by? Some Knicks fans say, or they worry that, he can't keep up with players. He's not a defensive type of player.
He isn't, but he'll definitely do his thing on defense.
Do you think Tom Thibodeau can bring the best out of him and make him a better defensive player?
I believe so. Because Kemba's always open to, any kind of change.
Okay.
Kemba's the type of player that you want on your team because he takes criticism, feedback, or he takes, critics, and he feeds into it, but he doesn't feed into it with negative energy. He comes back with his own answer.
All
his
right.
own questions.
All right, and last but not least, my brother, Mitchell Robinson, man. Talk to me. Do you think Mitchell, he's a new style of player, got 60 pounds of muscles and so forth? Do you think he's going to be the man that's going to elevate his game? Because, he got the haters out there saying he's suspect, he can't stay in the game, he commits silly fouls. Talk to me. Where you stand with Mitch?
I mean, okay, yeah. I do agree with the committing silly fouls, but for him, being so new to the team, I feel like there's just something they have to work on. It was first game, so anything can happen first game.
Yeah. Was you impressed with his 17 rebounds?
Yeah, 17 rebounds. You got to think about that. Do you care about the fouls more than the rebounds?
I mean, he got to stay in the game, though.
I mean, yeah, he do have to stay in the game. That's why they have to work on it a little bit. But I'm not gonna say a little bit, as much as they need to. But come on, the rebounds. The rebounds is something else.
Yeah.
That's like watching Ewing, and we know how that was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, it's pros and cons. It's either or. But at the same time, you can come to like a middle standpoint, but you just have to be ready to make that change. And if you're a Knicks fan, you have to know that we've been changing for so long, and like we're just gonna keep changing. We just have to keep going and keep progressing before we can really like set anything in stone.
All right, man. I got the youngster here, you know what I'm saying? Knicks fan. He was raised up right, you know? And that's what it is, man. I want to thank you for taking the time, coming on Knickavelli TV, talking about the Knickerbockers who run the city. And we all know that.
We definitely run the city.
There we go. Peace.